Hi Foxes. Okay, I'm just going to very quickly go over how we use bus stop method because that's the one that a few people have been finding a little bit trickier than the others. So we start with our number sentence. So we've got 423 divided by 3. That's quite a tricky number to divide by 3 in our heads because we don't learn up to that size number in our 3 times table. And it's quite a tricky number to try to divide in our head. So we've got a written method to make life easy for us. So what we do is we put the large number inside the bus stop. Here's the bus stop. Here's the larger number, 423. And the number that we want to split it into, 3, we've popped outside there. Okay, so what I'm going to do just for visual aid is just put my counters down. You could draw these underneath if you wanted to. So under the hundreds, I've got 4 100s. Under the tens, I've got 2 tens, and under the ones, I've got 3 ones. Okay, and what I need to do is find out how many groups of 3 I can make from each column, hundreds, tens, and ones. So we're going to start with our hundreds, and with everything else that we do, we usually start with our ones, but in this, we're going to start with our hundreds. So straight away, how many groups of 3 can we make out of our 100 counters? So we've got 4 hundreds. How many 3s can we make? How many groups of 3? And we can make 1. So we put 1 in the hundreds. But as you can see, we've then got a problem because 3 doesn't go into 4 straight away. Well, 3 does go into 4, but then we've got this 1 left over. We've got this 100 left over. Okay, so that 100 is still hanging around, so it's going to go next door and hang out here. So I've now got 100 and 2 tens, and 100 is 10 tens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap that now so that it's the right kind of counter in the right place. So how many 3s in 4? 1. The 1 that was left over was that 100 that came over here, and 100 has given me 12 tens because the 100 gave me 10 tens and I already had 2 tens. So I've now got 12 tens. So how many 3s in 4? 1. 1 left over. How many 3s in 12? Okay, how many 3s in 12? Well, we've got 1 3, 2 3s, 3 3s, and 4 3s. How many 3s in 12? It's tens, but how many 3s in 12 tens? And the answer is 4. How many 3s in 12? There's 4. And there aren't any left over, which is always nice because we don't have to move anything over. Excellent. And then we're left with our ones. How many 3s can I make from the ones column? From these 3, I've got 1. So how many 3s in 4? 1. 1 left over. How many 3s in 12? 4. None left over. How many 3s in 3? 1. And that's gone in all the way. 141. And amazingly, if we go down here, we write 141, 141, 141. If I add those numbers together, or I multiply them by 3, even better because that's the inverse, that will give me my starting number of 423. It's magic.